Okay, start now.
Uh, Sir, data analytics provides a huge impetus to improve policy making and governance, both globally and at a national level as well. With our recent push for digitalization by the government, be it financial inclusion through digitalization, or even in the health sector through national national health card mission. Our government is actively including data analytics in the policy making. One of the biggest advantage that data analytics provide is that we are getting disaggregated data for the first time, which will help us include individuals who are generally neglected in day-to-day policy making because of the discrete and traditional forms of data collection. So as a result, we can provide customized policy for the neglected and the downtrodden people. Um Also, the data analytics can be applied across all the sectors, and this is possible because of new technology that is being included. uh, it is actively recruited in the environment sector, in the the disaster prevention sector. For example, the latest example is how we are successfully able to mitigate cyclone, predict when cyclone or cyclone will reach our land surface and move people in advance. So this is one of the benefit of data analytics. Apart from that, the recent technological developments such as machine learning and agile predictive policy making analysis helps us evaluate policy at the desk level and evaluate its potential benefits or the or negative side effects that a policy might have. As a result, data analytics can help us
Okay,
yes sir.
so what do you understand by data analytics?
Data analytics, so data analytics is the process in which we collect insights, significant insights, and try to identify pattern within a big data related to a problem scenario.
Okay. And what exposure do you have with this stream?
With analytics stream,
With analytics
uh,
stream.
sir, just in the past 3 months, I started some online courses to get a better understanding of analytics, and I completed a Tableau fundamental tracks, SQL fundamental track, in which I learned how to manage data and do some aggregation functions. And right now I'm learning Python for both data visualization as well as data manipulation.
Okay. Are you also learning statistics with
So
this?
that is where I felt as a little bit of lag, because in these courses they directly jumped into the tools part and how these tools are applicable for data analytics. So I was not able to understand, like they were using box plots and scatter plots and all. So I was not able to freely identify with them. So that is why I'm moving for higher studies to get a better understanding of the basic statistics as well as maths.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all these 2 years you'll be focusing over basics, or do you also think that this 2 year course will give you much more than basics also?
Oh, definitely, sir. Because TISS, it is only in the, I mean, the statistics and the math part. It is the major, the formation is in the first semester. Then the curriculum takes it all to the highest level of the data analytics, that is machine learning, which is part of the, which will be covered in the second year. Also, I will have relevant experience through internships that the TISS has a program, and a dissertation that I will have to do as part of my academics. Along with this, But what I'm especially focused on is the use of data analytics in policy making. So my interaction with people from rest of the courses would give me a great insights into what is the ground situation, what is the situation at the ground level. So I want to understand all these problems. Yeah.
Okay. So while we were explaining or speaking about the use of data analytics in policy making
Yes,
in
sir.
your extempore, so let's limit the policy. Like let's limit the application of policy for social issues. So how
Hello.
data analytics can help in creating any policy which is to tackle any social issues? Can you give me an example of that?
Social issues. Uh, just a minute, sir. Social issues that I can identify right now. Yes, sir, definitely. For example, if we look at the education level across genders and across the rural and urban sectors, then data analytics can definitely play a major role in identifying the regions where there is the greatest of disparities, and where we require maximum effort to bridge that gap. Along with that, there is also the factor that using where the disparity is minimum, we can use data analytics to identify the factors which contribute to a less gap. For example, how many schools are there, this kind of data can be extracted. The ratio of teachers and students in those region, and also through social media we can get insights into the user sentiments or citizen sentiment about their thought process about girl child education and all. So in this way we can get a comprehensive look on what are the ground realities and how we need to take actions.
Okay.
And yes, sir.
Okay. So can you tell me how do we, what is carbon credit?
Carbon credit, sir. Carbon credit is like it is related to ton carbon equivalent that we save. So if an industry, for example, if a thermal power plant in a year saves or uses green technology and substitutes about 100 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent through the using that green technology, then we give them a certain carbon credits that yes, you are using green technology, and using that they can attract investors for them. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, sir,
Mm,
there's a different part also. Carbon credit is companies can purchase carbon credit so that they have the right to emit this much amount of carbon dioxide in their operations. That is also the side.
okay. So what's its value, or what its importance in country specific policies? Like country can exchange carbon credits within each other. So how do we do that? What is the policy behind it?
Policy, sir, I know the mechanism how carbon credit or carbon trading can be used, but I don't like I'm not able to understand the question a little bit. Like, do I need to tell about the policy?
Yeah, the international policy of carbon credit.
Okay, okay. Um, sir, I'm a little bit hazy on this stuff, but actually there are two types of two ways in which carbon credit can be used. One is the method in which a company or a country directly purchases a certain amount of carbon credit, and they have to limit their carbon dioxide emissions to the amount of carbon credit they have. And there is another way in which to earn the carbon credit. For example, if because
Can you tell me,
the
you have studied environmental engineering, that's why
yes,
I'm
sir.
asking.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you tell me one of the biggest or some of the biggest engineering projects to tackle environmental change?
Uh, Biggest projects, sir. Uh, So the one I can think of right now is carbon capture and carbon sequestration technology that we have been working together as a global institute, and in that we are developing technologies in which can capture the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, convert it into some other form such as a solid form or liquid form, and store it somewhere else, so that the heat effect or the global warming effect that carbon dioxide has in on the environment gets reduced a lot. So this is one technology, carbon
Hey,
sequestration
but I was talking about any project, engineering project that has
project.
been made or created to tackle with
Mm,
environmental degradation or any such
project.
challenges.
Oh, sir, the Paris agreement that we had to limit 1.5 degrees Celsius.
No, that's the agreement. That's a
Yeah,
policy based
no
decision.
project. So I don't know about that, sir.
Okay. So the what are the world of the scientists of the world
Mm.
experimenting on environmental sites? So have you followed some of the research that is being done or any matlab, big research that is going on in terms
Uh,
of environmental studies?
in terms of sir, in terms of environmental studies, so this carbon sequestration one I have mentioned already. Apart from that, we are working on understanding because recently USA was hit by both severe heat waves as well as ice storms or blizzards. Yeah, it was hit by blizzards because there's a cycle, polar cycle going on the North Pole, and it just because of change in the environment, the cycle got broken, and all the mm, how should I put it? The cold breeze and the low pressure from the polar regions moved towards the USA. As a result, there was a huge amount of ice storms in the US. So they started working on it about how can we better predict and better model it. Apart from that, we are constantly monitoring
Okay,
sea
so
level
to leave
rise.
that topic, we have been listening that the COVID, all the COVID related lockdown and everything that happened uh, have some positive impact on environment. Or can
Hmm.
you have matlab, have you observed anything or have you read about this that
Uh,
how COVID has changed our concern about the environment and everything?
Yes, sir. One of my personal observation in day-to-day life was that Delhi, during these lockdown periods, Delhi did not observe the amount of smog that we had observed in previous 2 years before COVID, because there was no traffic movement as such, and so there was no smog formation in the winter months in Delhi in the COVID period. And also there was social media was flooded with how nature is retaking its grasp over our cities. Black bears, swans, birds, all were there was no vehicles, we were able to see more and more animals.
But
And
tell me about only those changes which are sustainable,
which are
not those changes which which will
uh,
disappear just after the lockdown will be over.
mm, in terms of environment that COVID has resulted in. Mm.
Yes.
Mm. Sir, one indirect benefit that COVID has brought in is the change in work style. Like work from home is getting more and more preferred because it has twin advantages that it uses far less energy because the buildings are empty, and the energy systems over there are not being used, and reduces the carbon footprint a company as a whole has on the world. So more and more companies are adopting going towards work from home, or reducing the number of days that people have to work from office, so that they can reduce their carbon footprint. So this is one sustainable opportunity that we have observed in COVID. And other, what other has happened? Mm,
Okay, Vaibhav.
yes, sir.
You could have continued with your environmental engineering stream because
Hmm.
it is very important for the coming years or for the new century. So, why are you changing your field and going to study analytics if given a chance?
Sir, actually, in my graduation years only, while I was studying environmental engineering, I was always more focused about why the implementation of these green technologies is not taking place. If we already know about biofuels, bioethanol technology, or other sustainable practices, why are they not being included in our daily life, and if they are, then why is it at such a slow rate? So I wanted to do something to quicken up this space. And so during my UPSC preparation phase, I identified that using data analytics, because it is being generated at such a pace, I can use data analytics to create environment, to create a lot of awareness about these technologies, the benefit that these technologies can have on our future, and at a tremendous rate that too. And also, if I get lucky enough to go into a consulting firm, I can help be on the policy making side and help deliver better insights towards adoption of this technology. So I'm still related to this field of sustainability, but in a different capacity.
Okay, matlab, I got your point, but have you applied for similar other course or um, what is your plan B like if you'll not get selected in here? What will be doing ahead?
Sir, actually, right now I'm applying for different analytics internship in consulting for firms, especially in the role of ESG analyst, to get more insights into the industry about what all role I would be doing. If I do not get into this, then that is one option. Also, sir, I started preparation for CAT, and I'm targeting those colleges which offer analytics roles and are somewhere related to social sector as well. So TISS was such a great institute which was offering me both of these, like policy understanding as well as analytics. So if not TISS, then definitely I'll try some other courses.
Okay, okay, Vaibhav, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.